Hey y'all, it's me, Johnny Janae, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And you guys, I think I really want to roll with a name for my supporter fan base, whatever you want to call it, because I want this to be. So I was watching a video, and I'm always watching a video. I was reading a book or something. Realize that's me. I was watching a video and it was basically like, what is the difference between a brand and a community? And I've been feeling like I'm trying to build a brand, which I am. Of course, I have my beauty business and all of that different stuff, but what I talk about like on my YouTube, every now and then, like me wanting to do self-help work, me wanting to help people with like budgeting or finance, stuff like that, which is something that I've always really loved, like finance, like getting to the money. But knowing how to get to the money isn't all. You need to know how to save the money. You need to know how to put the money into different avenues so that it can make more money, basically let your money work for itself. So that would be more so my community. That's more so like my my life's work, what I really want to do, what I want my purpose to be, and different stuff like that. So I can have a brand, like I'm selling beauty products, and then I can have my community, like, hey you guys, this is what I'm about, this is who I am. Nice to meet you, I'm Janae. I like to educate a community on finance and different stuff like that. So what I want my community name to be is the Dragon's Den, y'all, because I am I'm a big fan of dragons, and I just love it. It's like cool, Janae, dragon, Jizza, Jaw. Like I love alliteration, if that's the right word I'm looking for. So just the sound of it is cool. So y'all let me know in the comments or whatever if y'all like to be called the Dragon's Den. I think it's super cute. And we'll just get into it. So y'all, I wanted to update y'all with another video because I had something come to my mind real quick. I have like a notification. I had something come to my mind real quick, and basically the way that I've gone about things, talking to you guys, kind of trying to let you in on a little bit that I was experiencing, is because I really wanted y'all to know, like, cause I'll realize that social media, in particular, a lot of time you're only seeing people's highlights, and sometimes it's good to only let people know about the good things in your life, not necessarily your trials and tribulations, not what you're going through, how you're choosing to go about it. However, what has helped me, and me seeing other people build their communities, it must be helping other people, because I'm not the only one that's following them. I'm not the only one that's listening to their podcast. I'm not the only one that's reading their books or watching the videos that they post. I truly and honestly wanted to be the same type of person that people have been to me. So if I go on social media and I've tried to like build my social media, my feed or whatever, to kind of invigorate me when I get on social media. You can get on social media and you can see drama, you can see a lot of stuff that you don't need to see, stuff that will make you feel bad about your self-image, stuff that will make you feel like you need to catch up in life, like you don't have enough going on. And let me tell you y'all, there's a lot of people who are pretending to live a lifestyle that they're not living. They are robbing Peter to pay Paul. They're going through a whole lot of other shit. You get what I'm saying? And what I'm learning in life is, at the end of the day, especially like kind of getting into finance, I'm learning different things about finance and growing with finance. But if you're making money all the time, if you don't know what to do with the money, then it's always going to be a difficult thing, or it's always going to be like you're behind the curve because you're going to work for the next day and different stuff like that. So me posting about some of the things that I experience, and also wanting to try to learn for myself so that I can let other people know, and we can kind of go on the journey together about finance, about life, and all that different stuff, is because I really wanted to be who people have been for me. So I mean people like Jay Shetty, or kind of just like other inspirational people I follow, other finance people I follow, you know, just sometimes you want to go on social media and it's not necessarily about laughs, it's not necessarily about drama, it's not necessarily about, oh, who has the best body, who's wearing the most designer, who's doing this, who's doing that. Sometimes you want to be inspired. Sometimes you don't even know that you need to be inspired. So I feel like in my darkest moments, or even just on a regular day basis, sometimes I just want to see something inspirational. I have really enjoyed when I go on social media and I see somebody that is just kind of talking about something different. So I realized that I really wanted to be that kind of person to anybody that I could be. But within that realm, I've noticed that sometimes people will kind of approach me like, oh my God, you're amazing, you're so perfect. So that's where my kind of talking about imposter syndrome or kind of self-sabotaging has come in, because nobody's perfect, like nobody on this earth. And for the most part, I don't really want to be seen as perfect, but because I don't want to be seen as perfect, sometimes I do sabotage myself. So I'm trying to stop doing that, and I'm trying to be okay with the idea of, say it like this, like I want to be what other people have been for me, but I'm not necessarily trying to be this big, perfect, she can do no wrong kind of figurehead. It's hard to explain. Like, I'm just me. I'm just Janae. Like, I am who I am. I'm not gonna make no mistakes. I'm not gonna ever say I'm better than the next person. I do realize sometimes the way that I speak, it might come across like that, but y'all, we all gotta put our pants on one leg at a time. We all like brush our teeth the same way. We're all like regular people. The only differences between people is experiences, is like your environment, your finances, whatever. But still, I feel like at your core, nobody deserves more or less respect than the next person, right? So what I've realized is throughout my journey and different things like that, I have had to give myself grace, because I think a really big thing that I struggle with is like consistency. And not consistency in the sense of just like being able to keep at a goal, because for 100% y'all, like I've wanted to literally have a beauty business since I was a little kid. I've wanted to be an entrepreneur and have been since I was a little kid. Like I've been making money like my whole life. And I've been at this for a while, well before I had the money to really be at it, or before I had the really know-how of how to structure a business. And that's why a lot of stuff for me has become very kind of start-stop, because I want to structure a brand and a business, but then I also want to have my community. So sometimes for me, where I kind of have a little bit issues is that I'm trying to learn where everything can kind of balance and mellow out. And I'm trying to be a one-woman show, and what I want to do would take a team. So a big piece of advice I want to try to give everybody is that I've felt it at times. I know you probably feel it because we're human. You get on social media, you see people that you are inspired by, you see people just living life, and you feel like you're behind the curve. You feel like you're not doing enough. You feel like you can't seem to catch up. You can't seem to stay consistent how they are. But some people have different things that inspire them, that make them be able to push through certain things. Some people have a team of people behind them helping them. They have support. Some people just, things might come a little bit easier to them, and that's okay. But I've had to really take a step back for myself and be like, you know what? My consistency is different from somebody else's consistency, right? And me learning for myself, I have to be okay with not making the mark all the time. Like sometimes I'm not gonna be right. Sometimes I'm going to want to take a little step back. I'm gonna want to take a little break. Like, you get what I'm saying? Everybody hasn't been homeless, you know? Everybody ain't gone through like losing a parent. Everybody hasn't gone through some of the other trials and tribulations that I've gone through. And this is not the struggle Olympics. Like, honestly, I always say persevere through whatever you're going through in life, but sometimes it's okay to want to sit down and rest and relax. And I've had to give myself the grace, because I'm not a machine. So I do realize that sometimes I self-sabotage in the way of being like, yo, I'm not perfect. And then like, because I want people to know, like, don't put me on no pedestal, baby. But I'm also trying to build a community, and I'm also trying to build a brand. So it's like, it's hard to know where I fit into a lot of things and know what to say and what not to say. And sometimes when you're too busy trying to say the right thing or be the right thing, do the right thing, you stop being yourself. And I feel like recently I've been kind of dealing with that push-pull and trying to make sure that I'm still being authentic to myself. I'm still growing as a person. Like, I'm literally only 24, so I have so much life to live. But I launched my business at 19, my beauty business at 19. And the way that I decided, I've always kind of had a love for finance and numbers and stuff like that, or community and helping people. But a lot of this has grown into what it is today, and it will still be growing, and it'll probably be to somebody else outside looking in at some point in my journey. They'll be like, oh my God, she's so perfect. She can do no wrong. It all came together. But the people who have been here from me being like, I've had social media since I was 15. I launched my business at 19. Also along that way, I have had a lot of different life experiences that have matured me, that have kind of set me back, that have kind of like messed with my head a little bit. So I've had to give myself grace, and my biggest thing to tell people would be give yourself grace while you're on your journey. And sometimes it kind of just helps to see somebody else on their journey and see them kind of a little bit scrappy and messy and figure it out and not know what to do, and you know what I'm saying, like starting from one place and going to another. Because for me personally, me watching somebody else kind of go through things, or me kind of seeing somebody else kind of like failing out loud or having different experiences and having that like connection to them, that parasocial connection, has made me be able to keep going a lot of the time in my journey. So I can really appreciate it when there's somebody else. And I said, I want to be that person for somebody. And y'all won't even know, like when I'm out and about, or when I'm at work, like I'm at a club or whatever, and somebody will come to me randomly and they'll be like, oh my God, I watched your YouTube, like you're amazing. And like, thank you so much. You've made me, ooh, y'all, I'm getting emotional. You've helped me through my situation, stuff like that. That really, like, it helps my heart, because I've been really low at times and I've had nobody to talk to. I've had nowhere to look. And sometimes you just go on social media, or you just Google how to get through this. Like, how does this work? How does that work? And sometimes people don't even realize how much of a, oh my God, y'all, I'm crying. How much of a blessing they can be just by saying, hey, I'm not perfect. Hey, I'm going through this. Hey, I'm struggling. Like, I need help, you know, or hey, I'm struggling, but I don't necessarily need help, but I just want to let people know I'm struggling, but I'm going to make it through it. And I don't know how I'm going to make it through it, but I'm going to. And then like seeing that they did, they said they would make it through and they did, you know? So I've just really wanted to let people know, once again, this is not the struggle Olympics. Sometimes I have to take a break. I'm not a machine. I have to take a step back. I have to give myself grace and understand that what's for me is for me, and it cannot pass me by. And I can want to produce and produce and produce and produce, but sometimes that is not natural to me. And I'm trying to find my rhythm, and I am working on it, and I'm being kind to myself. And I'm so appreciative of the people who have been here for me through everything, or the people who have just joined me, you know, like along like where I'm going. So I can definitely say this has been such a beautiful thing. I am so grateful to everyone who's been here. And sometimes, y'all, the reason why somebody can keep going is because they have to sit down at times. Plain and simple. Do not burn yourself out. I am queen of burnout. So I think that's just really what I wanted to tell y'all. I will see you guys in the next video, and be blessed and be beautiful. Love y'all.